Hey everybody, this is BusaBob from BusaBob's Garage, and today I'm making a repair on a lower intake manifold for a 1996 Camaro. The problem was that there was some pitting around some of the ports, and actually the gaskets failed. This is a lower intake, and I was getting coolant in the oil. And this thing, I was worried about the pitting and putting new gaskets in that they wouldn't seal. So what I've done is taken JB Weld and filled the pits. And what I did first to prep it was used 150 grit emery paper, and then I went to 220, and then I cleaned the part with brake cleaner before I applied the JB Weld. Now this particular intake looks like it's a part number 24505831. Again, 1996 Camaro, but I've seen some forums where people are talking about repairing this with JB Weld, and I'm going to give it a shot because this particular intake seems to be kind of hard to find, and there are some on eBay, but I'm worried about, getting something that's the same or even worse than what I've got. So I'm going to let this JB Weld set up, and then I'm going to go ahead and block sand it again with 150 grit. Might have to go to a coarser grit to get the JB Weld off, and then come back with 150 and then finally 220. But the JB Weld went on there pretty good, and I'm hoping that this is going to do the job for me. So I will take some more pictures after I sand it. Okay, I wanted to make a couple more points here. First of all, I applied the JB Weld with a razor scraper. Just make sure you mix the JB Weld. Secondly, I wanted to show you the lower intake gaskets, and here you can see that this was a complete fail here, and some of the pitting was around the perimeter of the seal. So I was very worried that if I put the new gaskets on with the pitting, I'm going to get the same type of failure. But you can see that these gaskets are totally shot, and the coolant was getting mixed in with the oil. Okay, I've just got done sanding the epoxy JB Weld, and I used 100 grit and 220, and this thing seemed to come out pretty good. I mean, you can see where the pitting was, and where I filled it, but it's very smooth. It looks like the JB Weld did the job, and it filled in all the pits. So I'm just going to go ahead and run with this. I think it's going to work.